for no mayonnaise. There was a fucking gobsmack of mayonnaise on my fucking burger.
I'm gonna start screaming the N-word if you don't stop.
I'm trying to think
can't
of
scream the N-word
crime.
in front of Carbon.
Whose
You
dog is
better
this?
fucking hire a janitor.
Objection.
Withdrawn.
It has on it, Mr. Bendover's plans to spit in people's food. He also, for some reason, has been documenting each of his health code violations. It's very odd.
Defense rests. Also, the prosecutor's game.
Prosecution, you care to respond to this?
For one, the defense is even more gay. For two, the prosecution looks to submit its second piece of evidence. The secret meeting that was recorded by investigators of the police department proves that, Mr. Bendover and his friend had actually conspired to hand off the USB from one person to another. This nonsense that the defense is spouting that, it actually belongs to one person, not both. It's a coordinated effort between both parties, Your Honor. It's just because it was found with someone else doesn't mean that Mr. Bendover over there didn't have any dealings with the USB. Thank you. Got weak knees right now. I don't see the need, Your Honor. Thank you.
Yeah, I can see him shaking. All right, defense, your turn.
I would like to present this piece of evidence. So, as you can see, this is in fact a cheap ring and not in fact a USB stick at all that was in that sting operation he had just admitted to. I rest.
So you're saying that the prosecution just submitted a piece of evidence that was not the evidence, it was instead of a ring?
Yes.
Gobsmack.
Obviously, Your Honor, that's made up nonsense. Defense is trying to pull a fast one on you. It would take a fool to believe that, Your Honor. Thank you. Our next piece of evidence, this medical file we sourced from Mr. Bendover's psychiatrist, claiming that he has a compulsion to spit in people's food. Psychiatrist was vetted, Your Honor. He's a legitimate medical professional. Cited multiple occasions where Mr. Bendover had explained to the psychiatrist that, he just let spit in people's food, and he dipping his balls in the soup. It's very disturbing stuff, Your Honor.
That is disgusting.
Our defense obviously still has weak knees. Thank you.
So, that medical file is actually just my client's love letter to himself regarding his personal fantasies in which he likes to write down, read, and then jerk off to.
He has personal fantasies about spitting people's food,
Yes.
and he jerks off to that.
Yes. I didn't stutter.
Which, Your Honor, I believe only proves the motivation that Mr. Bendover likes to, perform health code violations of people's food. It's very disturbing stuff.
I can understand that. Defense, do you have anything else?
Definitely nuts in people's foods. I cannot
Jury.
question.
Slander.
To call a witness because he is yet to see that function happen in game. I'm not exactly sure how this is going to go, but
Okay, so it looks like your
prosecution
witness
calls doctor.
is the doctor.
Oh, shit.
Oh, fuck.
Oh shit, I'm a doctor. That's right.
Mr. Dr. Carvin, would you confirm for the court, as detailed in your medical reports, that Mr. Bendover over there enjoys, spitting his ball, spitting people's
Listen,
food and rubbing his
I've
balls?
got terrible taste buds, and I told Mr. Bendover about this when I showed up. I ate Fire Star's box the night before, and I still can't taste nothing. So I asked for no mayonnaise. There was a fucking gobsmack of mayonnaise on my fucking burger. That's all I have to say.
I'm not exactly sure how to decipher that.
This is your witness!
But,
Well,
I
prosecution,
think
this is your
I
witness.
think this speaks for itself.
Okay, do you have any other questions, prosecution?
No, I feel like that will suffice, Your Honor. Thank you.
Okay, we will allow the defense to cross-examine the witness. Oh, I'm sorry, I just did that wrong. Give me 1 second.
Hello, it's me, the doctor.
Defense, you may cross-examine the witness.
Is everything you said is in fact in fact true? Say yes.
Yes.
Yep. We're good.
Objection, Your Honor. That was the statement was
That-
ambiguous. It's meant to.
I would agree.
confuse
Ask
the witness.
a straight question there, defendant.
How do you comb your hair?
With a pick?
Cool.
Objection. Pertinence to the case.
Agreed. Sustain. Continue.
Well, my client uses the pick.
Move on to your next question.
I'm good. That's all I got.
All right. The
Everything that witness said, I thought was perfect. So,
all right.
Oh, I'm
We'll
good.
call back the witness. And
Who puts a Gobsmack of mayonnaise on a burger? That's all I'm saying. You know?
witness, calm down.
This whole malware. We believe that the global malware was used to obtain the schedules of people's, dining activities,
First
so
hour
that
down.
Mr. Bendover could be more prepared and know when people were gonna go out to eat, so that he could more effectively, spit in their food. If he has a schedule of when they're gonna go eat, he's in a much more, better position to spit in their food, Your Honor.
so that malware actually arrived on a drifting boat, and we both know that we can't trust boats that originate from Colombia.
It's a fair point from the defense.
Your Honor, malware is, distributed over the internet. It has no bearing on the movement of boats.
Well, you didn't
It's-
describe
it's-
where
it's
the
not-
internet
it's
was
not like
located. That internet was in
It's-
fact
it's not like
located on the boat.
It's not like
I mean, what is internet? Internet's just a network, a combination of cables from point A to point B. There's plenty of that on the boat.
Defense, would you like to bring up a witness to talk about the internet? A professional?
Yes, yes.
Okay. We will call the defense's witness.
How would you make internet on a boat work?
That's your
Starlink.
President.
This is the president you're calling.
Yeah, can you address me as such?
Yeah,
You talking to me?
Mr. President, how would you put internet on a boat?
How would we put internet on a boat? You have a fishing reel, and when you leave the dock, it would be connected to the pier, and well, it would be tethered to the pier.
Good enough for
Any
me.
further questions, defense?
Good enough for me.
Okay, we will allow the prosecution to cross-examine.
Mr. President, thank you for coming down here today. I want to ask you, have you frequented, any restaurants recently at all? Gone out to eat recently at all?
Yeah, at your mom's box.
Ah, perfect. We're gonna ignore that bit. But however, seeing that you've gone out to eat, there's a high probability that Mr. Bendover over there has spat in your food and rubbed his balls on your steak and your soup and stuff. So you should be pretty pissed off about that. But that's all I have, Your Honor.
Does he also work at your mom's box?
He does. Yeah. And he's
Oh, it's
he's,
possible.
he's been a health code violation there for many years. So we're trying to do our due diligence to come out here, Mr. President.
Okay.
Play
Defense,
with
do you
me.
have any
Play with
further
me, motherfucker.
questions
Play with me.
for the witness?
Specific. Where is the prosecutor's mom's box located?
No, the restaurant's called your mom's box.
Just all day.
Okay, that's for
Reviews
the
all day.
clarification. Who owns it?
Your mom.
My mom, your mom, or his mom?
Mass amounts of people had reported that they smelt a little bit of ball stank in their soup, Your Honor, and a little bit of spit on their bread.
Someone shut this guy up. Hit him with a fucking rock.
Yeah, shut the fuck up, press.
Yeah, bailiff. Do your job, bailiff.
Anyways,
And Your Honor, by the police department from the rental company to insinuate that the police had any impact on those records is ridiculous. They were generated by the police, Your Honor.
Yo, Mr. Judge, can you rein in your bailiff?
Yeah, Judge, I'm actually a little bit worried.
He's got
Your
everyone in the
bailiff
courtroom
still has
except
to
the
run his
prosecution.
power.
Only if they stop throwing shit. I've been telling them. I've been trying to warn the judge. They ain't listening. Oh, see this shit?
Here we go. Now I
will
can
hold
finally start
everyone in
doing
this
my
room in
job.
contempt.
I'll give you
if
something to
continue
hold.
to act up.
Oh,
Now, defense, would you like? do
You
you have
wasn't
anything
getting
else to
stuff
say?
thrown at you at first, but when you decided to
You
put me
keep
in
talking,
cuffs,
boy, but I can't hear
That's
you.
when
You know,
you
I
did
can
it.
do- I can do both. I can keep whacking you too.
yes, there was a receipt found along with this cell phone that proved that the prosecutor himself had this disposable phone
Get him,
located inside his fucking rectum with all the plans, including files and paperwork, an entire bedroom inside his rectum, dedicated to framing my client. Poor Mr. Beanbag
At this
over here.
point- Oh, stand by. We got breaking news.
Oh, man. You hired this guy?
Bailiff, is this true?
I'm just trying to say there was a bunch of shit around your mom's box.
I was sold at the point where the defendant was writing down his plans of spitting people's food in a journal and then whacking off to it. So,